OMCC Odium again. Haven't been back here for a couple of years, and look what we got. The BMW S1000XR. I said I'd do a track day on it, so here I am. Just been out for sighting laps. Got some slightly chewed Pirellis on it, but it feels alright. It feels alright. So I'm going to try and record the lap, but there's been some issues with cameras falling off, so I've had to do some kind of weird bastardisation here going on. But yeah, I thought this would be a perfect place to test it, because it's not really a full-on race circuit. It's more of a very fast road, and this bike with its upright ability and suspension and stuff will be good for an upright road. There he is, everyone. So it's going to be a laugh. So we'll see what it's about. And you know, OMCC do a lot of events like this. I think there's 2 a year for the airfield riding days, and they also rent out Cadwell and Snetterton and bits and bobs, and do some off-road events. So it's well worth checking out their site. I'll put it on the description. Do you like my leopard skin duct tape as well? Quite happy with that. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Oh, here we are. Nice little shoulder check. So yeah, we're setting off. Let's give it a bash. Give it a bashing. First of all, let's just get this straight. It is a road bike. It was never designed to be spanked around a circuit. So that's one thing out of the way. It was never designed to do that. As it just so happens that it is easily fast enough to spank it around a circuit. I mean, this is a Ducati 1199, I think. Fair enough, you might not be, you know, the proest of riders, but still, it's a fast bike. It can handle the company easily. This fella here, lovely bloke, giving me the kind of rock and roll. What do you call that symbol when you put your little finger and your thumb out and go, yay, cool? But I don't know. I think he was basically going, good effort, good effort. But then he pissed off into the distance, and I'm trying to catch up with him and stick on his tail, but he was too quick. He was too quick for the XR. That's understandable, you know. It's a good rider. Coming up to an R1, older one to be fair, but again down the straight, it did him. Another R1, and I'm not showing all you this. Showing all you. I'm not showing you all this to show, oh my god, look how fast I am. I'm just saying, I'm making a point that this bike can live within the company of these other super sports bikes. This guy here was pretty quick. I think he was on a S1000. So this is probably a good test, and he was a good rider on a good bike. And yet, the XR still holds its own. It's not totally outclassed by any means. And the down blipper coming through here is just so useful, not having to pull the clutch in, just literally touch the gear lever, like bang, 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 down the gear, turn it in. You don't even have to think about it. It makes your corner entry so much calmer and easier, and that is, I guess that's the overriding feeling I had on this bike. It's just a lot calmer, a lot easier, and yet you're still performing very, very well because it is just such a powerful engine. And the traction control really helps. ABS, yeah, maybe not on track, but it's there as a safety net. Oh, and I just put this in really just to demonstrate, and I'm not trying to take the piss out of the guy. This is what happens when you get lines wrong. You know, he took that way wrong, he's now out to the hay bales, he can't turn it in, and he's just, once you've got it wrong going into a sequence of bends, you're toast for another rider to overtake you. See, here, he's got no choice but to run it out wide, and he can't get on the gas because he'll be in the field. Again, traction working overtime there. So this is an interesting little comparison here of a lap I did of this very circuit a few years back on my Honda, and I'll put that up now, and we'll just use that as a reference point to compare the two. And interestingly, the bike in front is a S1000K7, fast in a straight line, and I believe it's a ZX10 on the right, around a 2004 bike. and it matches them sort of down the straight. That was a little bit of a close under-braking pass. I think the brakes do have a lot to deal with on this bike. It's a heavy machine, you know, you're asking it to stop 160 miles an hour down to 40 very, very quickly, and it's obviously going to suffer more than a lighter bike. Again here, going through the corners, it's a little bit wobbly. I'm very thankful of traction control over this bit, over the overbanding. You can see it kind of affecting the bike a little bit. It's quite hard to steer at high speed, and then onto the brakes it's a little bit wobbly. When you're pushing the limit, you know, most of the time you're never going to be riding this fast on a public highway, so it's not going to be relevant to most people. But when you're in the company of these sports bikes trying to keep up, it does struggle a little bit, but you know, for what it is, it's an incredible machine. And just coming into the last corner now, it's pretty much a dead heat so far with the blade. It may have had a slightly different layout on the Honda day, but 98% the same. And there you go, dead heat. There you go, that's the answer. It's as fast as a sports bike, but maybe not as sexy. Oh look, this is the speed wobble it gets at about 140. It's quite intense. That's not the camera wobbling, that's actually the bike. Anyway, cut to paddock. What a day. Oh, that helicopter. Another benefit of the OMCC. You can watch helicopters land. Amazing. So yeah, what a day. Try and shelter from the wind, sorry. What can I say? That BMW is something else. You know, I said in the previous review, I do a track day on it, and I have, and it is incredible. The way it's just so easy to ride, and you know, I think it embarrassed a couple of sports bikes, to be honest with you. Just the shifter on it, the power it makes. It was a bit wobbly, kind of going through the kind of chicaney bits, and it felt a bit unstable at high speed. So going down the runway, maybe like 140, you started to get a real nasty wobble on. But other than that, it's been really, really good, and it's managed the tyres well. This tyre was absolutely screwed when I put it on, because it was a tyre off that, which I was having some issues with the suspension on the blade, and I stuck these on just for a bit more grip, and it's actually it's sorted the tyre out. It's brilliant, honestly, it is brilliant. I mean, it'll never replace that. It'll never replace my Honda for an out and out track bike. But if you want a bike that just does everything, this is going to be very hard to beat.